Tuesday, January 28, 1975. A Swiss farmer named Edward Billy Meier takes a series of photographs of what he is later told is a beam ship from the Pleiadian star system. These photographs were the focus of the most exhaustive investigation into the UFO phenomena ever. During the following 5 years, the evidence continued to accumulate. And it was this extensive physical evidence that nudged the curiosity of Nippon Television director and investigative reporter Junichi Yaoi, prompting he and his team to join us in October 1979. Having been involved in the research and responsible for the investigation for over 18 months, we welcomed the fresh input. Our team, Wendelle Stevens, Tom Welch, myself, Brit Elders, and Lee Elders, had been impressed by the sincerity and openness of the contactee, Edward Billy Meier. During our 5 previous visits, he had always been willing to work with us, answering what must have seemed an endless barrage of questions and ushering us across the Swiss countryside to the numerous contact sites. His Greek wife, Calliope, spoke no English, yet was a gracious hostess, allowing us free rein into her family's private world. And the Meier children recounted their UFO sightings with the exuberance of any other child showing off a new toy. At that time, Billy was struggling to become a self-sufficient farmer. With the help of friends, he was busy turning a run-down piece of property into something livable. He and his family were surviving on 830 Swiss francs a month, paid to him because he had lost a left arm in a bus accident in 1963. Still, this handicapped farmer, with only a 6th grade education, had taken over 800 of the clearest photographs ever seen of extraterrestrial spacecraft. The beam ship photographs, 8mm movie footage, metal specimens, and recorded sounds of the craft had spurred our investigation, and now would become the 2-year focus of Junichi and his crew.
Mr. Meier, now could you tell us about how were you involved in the UFO?
You see, that's a very long story.
Yes.
It begins at 1942 in my birth town called Villach. There, on a nice day, a summer day, I have something seen like a flash out of the sky.
Was it night?
No, it was like a silvery flash. And a piece of a second later, that flash comes very near, very close to my father and me. We were staying behind the house.
How old was it?
5 years old. And then I have seen it isn't a flash, it was a very, very big disc. And from that time I got some contacts on telepathic way, and about that I was afraid. And I was running to our village priest to ask them what's happened to them, because I was thinking I will come crazy or foolish. And then he told me what's happened about telepathy. And I got into my head something like a voice who was teaching me on several things. And what they told me, I shall not be afraid. And then some time later, month later, I saw a second ship when I was far outside from our village. then it comes down, sit on the ground, and then comes out a very, very old man. I was thinking about 90, 95 years old. And he took me into his bow, metal bow. It was a spaceship, and took me up about 70 kilometers over the earth for several hours. And that was the real first contact I got.
How did you feel? I mean, how did you get telepathy?
You see, if I have to explain that, it's somehow difficult. It was like a knowing, and at the same time like a voice.
Voice could hear in your head.
Yeah, but not on that way how I can hear you if you speak now with me. It was something else, but I don't can explain it.
And what did he say to you?
They told me, or he told me, that man, I was thinking about him like that he is looking like a patriarch. And he told me that he is coming from very far in the universe, from other sun systems, from other stars. And that they will bring here some wisdom to teach the people here on earth for a good natural life, humanity, friendships, love, and everything. And then that contact with that old man was going on for 11 years. After that time, he left.
And what was the name of the old man?
His name was Svat.
So what about the first contact? I mean, the old man. Yeah.
He belongs to the Pleiadian.
Pleiadian.
Yeah.
And why he stopped to coming here?
The Svat, you mean?
Right.
Just a year ago, I came to know that he, at that time, when he was gone for all the time, that he died.
Oh, I see.
And then 3 hours later, I got another voice in my head from a girl, and there too I got then a contact, and two that was going on for other 11 years, up to the year 1964.
Ascot would become Billy's primary contact as he traveled throughout the Middle East. Although she is depicted here in this rare photograph, Meier has released very little information concerning the 11-year training period that preceded the Pleiadian contacts.
To get that picture, I had to ask, and I got the permission to shut them because she didn't return to Earth. If they stay here, it's impossible to get the picture from them.
I see.
They don't want you shot any picture from them if they stay and are working here on Earth.
The Meier family photo album contains numerous old but clear stills that were taken in India of luminous balls. These unusual objects dotted the night skies with brilliant bursts of concentrated light. Some were taken during daylight hours, such as this one with a person in the foreground and 8 double-sphere objects flying over the New Delhi railway station. One of the most spectacular photos shows a disc-shaped craft hovering over the Ashoka ashram. Billy reported that this